I don't think he racist, and I've been seeing your shit with the dog.
Oh, you been seeing? You know I give him away, huh? Yeah. You fuck with that? You fuck with that?
Yeah.
I give him away, boss. I give away free Frenchies. Where y'all from?
I'm from LA.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't think he was racist?
I don't think he was.
So why you think he lied on black men all the time? He said 58% of the population in prison was black. It's actually 32.
I mean, I just think he ain't have his numbers right, but at the same time,
but people used to tell him the numbers.
They did tell him the numbers, and I don't know why he didn't realize that, because it's the government that did it to us.
And also he said that black men abandon black women.
We do.
You think so?
Hell sometimes them hoes be crazy. My baby mama just run off my kids.
So you don't think white men abandon white women?
They do.
Yeah. So why is he talking about black men though?
That's why we end up with the
that's the trending
because
topic.
we popping. We the topic. That's why. We the topic. What else they gonna talk about? We're the topic. We're great in everything. Sports, getting women, getting money. We hustling. You feel me? We got millionaires. We were slaves. Now we got millionaires.
Here we go. No. So these dudes, here's my thing. There's always going to be a Charlie Kirk or a guy, somebody racist with an agenda, because that's what it is, an agenda. I'm sure he was getting paid. What are we doing about it? That's my question. Are we cleaning up our own house, man? Are we calling out the YNs? All right. Are we stop making baby mamas? Are we getting married? What we doing out here? That's the real question. Because it ain't going to get no better. Y'all think, 10 more Charlie Kirk's going to spawn from this.
You see, I don't like, but I find it amusing why those guys agree, why they agreed. You hear it? He said, black men don't abandon women, but those two individuals there, they agree with that because they're like, yes, I actually did abandon mine. You see that? That's crazy. Y'all would not have expected them two brothers to say Charlie won evil. Look at y'all. No. He said, no, we heard what he was saying. Nothing like he was talking to me.
Yeah, Dev, you right. I absolutely was not expecting that.
And that's the point that I think EV and I were trying to make is like, regardless of the facts, we see it in our community, Pittsburgh and Cleveland, to be an example. Like it's 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds on the street right now with pistols. Regardless of what Charlie Kirk said, I see that in my community today. So it's hard to disprove the truth, even though the fact and the numbers may be wrong, if that makes sense.
And see, and in my line of work, I tell people all the time, I said, whether you're killed by a white racist cop or you're killed by your brother, dead is dead. Everyone laying on an embalming table is dead, no matter if it came from the cop or it came from and I see more of it from our community than I do white racist cops. So the way I guess growing up old school, and Mr. Wilson, you probably can chime in on this. You were taught what? You were taught is whatever things you got negative, you keep it in house. Get your house straight before you go out somewhere. So I think that black folk, before we start dealing with the other issues, we need to clean up our own house first.
Because I'm not trying to rabbit hole this thing, but that is such a oversimplification to me, right? First of all races of people, to my knowledge, die more by the hands of their own people, right? It's very tribal, deletion is very tribal and proximity based, right? But here's the thing about it though, we absolutely still die more at the hands of white people, right? Hospitals, black women giving birth, infant mortality, right? Diabetes, heart disease,
conflation.
Right?
We blame that on white people.
Though. You see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Think about that. Wait, hold on. Think about it like this. Think about it like this. 1 second, bro. Tobacco is not a toxic product, right? If you lived where tobacco grew and you was used in tobacco, it wouldn't kill you, right? It wouldn't cause you cancer. But the tobacco you can get is going to cause you cancer. Why is that? Is that because of some brother or is it because of some white man?
Didn't we just joke the fat girl that said the diet don't work for her? Didn't we just joke her? Didn't we just roast her the other week?
Let me ask you this. Isn't there a warning label on every pack, every tobacco product that tells you not to use it? Ain't it a warning label?
Wait, watch this.
No, just a question. Yes or no? Yes or no?
I know. This is what I'm trying to say. Watch me answer your question because I just asked the one and nobody answered it. So yes, there's a warning label.
Okay.
Again, the fact of the matter is, guess what? Tobacco is a product that people have used for a very, 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 very long time, right? But you can't go to where tobacco grow and just take it because somebody else monopolized it. So the only way you can get it is if you get it through this particular process, and then by the time it gets to you, it's poisoned. Now, what I'm saying is, I'll accept and grant you that I'm responsible for purchasing the tobacco. But why can't we have a conversation about who's responsible for poisoning it? It's not necessary for it to be poisoned.
I agree with you, Mr.
What's stopping
Beans,
us from growing it?
Try and let's find out.
They grow it here. I'm in Connecticut. They grow it here.
see.
We got fields right now.
I'm in North Carolina. Like you can grow it. It's
do
not.
it. People
You can
do
do
it.
it.
Okay,
Like
go.
people, you can.
You can.
Maybe North Carolina. I dare you to try it in Chicago. Let's see how that work out.
I mean, what Mr. Beans is saying is right, but we can't blame a color
Hydroponics.
for it.
We
You get what I'm
can
saying?
though. Wait, we can though, Tien, and let me tell you why.
All right, Mr. Wilson.
I'm
All
gonna show
right.
you why you can. So this is the argument that I watch brothers in the manosphere red pill space make all the time. When we talk about divorce rates, they say 80% of divorces are filed by women. So who's responsible for divorces?
Women.
Okay, so because 80% of them are filed by women, right? Okay, so who's responsible for poisoning tobacco? Who's responsible for poisoning pigs, meat,
Capitalism.
chicken?
Mr. Beans, hold on, Mr. Beans. You said you said two different things. You said who's responsible for killing us, and then you said who's responsible for poison. Those are two different things.
That's kind of a disingenuous premise because nobody forces you to smoke.
That's what right, exactly. But so yes, they are creating the preservatives that harm
and then you
us.
have no control over divorce. The women choose that themselves.
Versus lynchings, like versus lynchings and actual police killings, like that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're Charlie Kirking me right now, right? Because to Mr. Gavin's point, he said on the cigarette pack there's a label that says that it causes cancer. For how many years was it causing cancer before they put the label on there?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so for 1 second, can y'all stop trying to be conservative?
No, I can let you know because I had to do this.
Smoking is a carcinogen. Smoke is not good for the lung. Period. Like so,
no. To answer the question, can I answer the question directly?
The reason why you won't answer my questions is because if you answer my questions, you highlight my point, and you don't want to do that. So I'll ask you.
Hold on. Let the brother answer. Let Jay answer.
Okay, let me make sure I ask that he knows the question that's being asked. When I asked who's responsible for divorces, you said the people filing 80% of them are responsible. Mm-hmm. Who's responsible for the poison in tobacco? Who's responsible for the poison in chicken, the poison in ham, the poison in beef?
That's a rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole in the disingenuous.
That wasn't
you're trying to peg me into a pause. Exactly. You're trying to wedge me into an answer specifically, but I wanted to answer your initial question.
Just answering the question. Who's responsible?
I wanted to answer your initial question.
Somebody said capitalism.
When you asked, was tobacco poison before they put the label on it? The answer is yes, it was. No. There was an advertisement just like in sugar is now. Before they was pushing tobacco. They didn't let you know. The studies were pushed to the side to let you know, just like different medications for women in pregnancy, they pushed those studies to the side. They know
like the same thing they did with the opioids.
They know stuff is happening, just like how all the opioids got into the white communities, and it's don't tell nobody all these white people is hooked on drugs, all these middle-aged housewives is hooked on opioids. They push that stuff to the side because they don't want people to know. That's why they push us to the forefront. So they paying attention to us and not the other stuff that's happening in their own community. That's what happened to tobacco. Oh, smoke. Yeah, you can smoke while you're working out. You can see that. You can pull up on YouTube the old advertisements. Mm-hmm. They did that. The stuff was still poisoning people, but they didn't know because it takes time to build up in your system. I had to do research on this back in my internship in high school. for
not to
kids
cut you off,
carcinogens and stuff like that.
But that's what I was gonna ask Beans when he kept saying, you know, the tobacco in its natural form don't cause this or that. But it's like, who ran these tests? When was this ever studied? You know?
Okay, but
it does. There are natural carcinogens in tobacco, but they added extra components into the tobacco to make it more
fiberglass.
addictive.
They added fiberglass and sugar, molasses. Like we know
right now, there's a study. There's plenty of studies going around saying they're putting plastic into the food.
Yes,
because they don't have anything to do with it.
No, it's in there through the process.
So wait a minute. So here's what I'm saying. Again, nobody wants to say this. I don't know why. I promise you, Mr. Walken and Gavin is not gonna bar y'all from y'all show if y'all say the words white people. It's okay, bro. Again, who's responsible for these processes on all of these things?
It's not white people. It's the people who own things. They might happen to be white, but it's not white people.
Never say anything else about black women while I'm around.
No, I hear you, brother. I agree with you, Beans. I'm not disagreeing.
Nothing about black women while I'm around.
Here's the thing. Are you saying that white people are making these products only for black people, or are they for everybody?
That's not. Come on, man. Don't straw man me.
Y'all love putting white people on the pedestal like all white people run everything. Man. They don't.
But this is what I'm saying, bro.
But there you go.
Look,
that's the answer.
Right. When I asked if black women are filing 80% of the divorces, who's responsible?
No, not black women. Women.
Black women.
Not black women.
No, you need to get. Hold on. There you are, because black women, there's no choice in that matter. There's zero choice. A man can do everything he wants to do, and she can still file for divorce. That's covered on this show all the time. So you might want to use another.
That's not the point. The point is who's responsible for filing them. That's it. That's all it is. Right. They file them, and they're responsible.
What I'm saying is, there is no choice in that. But you do have a choice to smoke or not.
Nobody's
That's
talking
what they're
about
saying.
We're talking
it is
about
choice. It is choice.
Look, this is how hard this is for you. Let me show you. This is how hard this is for you. I've already conceded to the fact that the shit is on the back of squares before you even buy it. But I'm talking about who put it in there, and you can't even say it. You can't even bring yourself to just
the tobacco companies, man. It's not white people.
Mr. Beans.
That is insane. Do you see the programming?
Capitalism has been perfected by white people. Capitalism has been perfected by the ultimate white man. He is not the average white man. He is not the below. He's not even the middle class or upper middle class white man. He is from kingdom. He's from kingdom. Old English. Like it's old artesian. Like it's so much history into this. Like, but you think it's the white man that's living next door to you. That's not him.
It's nothing. I don't think. Look, this is what you have to do. Do you notice Charlie Kirk and me? You're straw manning me. Here's the point. Who owns the goddamn businesses?
Preach.
The white people.
Here's the thing. It ain't hard at all. Beans, let's flip this in the butt. All right, let me say this. Beans, white people own it. Now what? What's your rebuttal?
There is nothing. All I'm saying is that's all that matters. So when you try to say, that's why I said what he was saying earlier. I said that's kind of like oversimplification. What do we die more from? Gun violence or heart disease? I'm pretty sure it's heart disease.
So
what
black
do we
folks
die more from? Gun violence or diabetes? I'm pretty sure it's diabetes, right?
Where's the personal accountability? Where's the personal accountability?
Bro, nobody is denying that.
And then
that's crazy.
And then too, you don't think there are black people in them corporations? I know a lot of black people in those corporations. Them same ones you talking about.
Relatively no, but still, it's predominantly white. It's predominantly white. Yes, but where's the personal accountability? That's
where we go.
Okay, put it this way. Let's talk about Africa then. What about Africa?
Gavin, man.
What about the corruption in Africa and Nigeria?
I don't live there. I'm not worried about that.
Passports in Nigeria, and they're all black. So what about that? It's all orchestrated by black people, the majority. And Nigeria people are tearing up their passports saying F this, F that, the corruption. So I'm not trying to make similes and trying to compare the two. I'm just saying people in power will always create more power for themselves.
All right, let me ask you a question, my man. Let me ask you, y'all from LA, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so people die for dissing all the time in the black community, right?
They die for what?
for dissing people. So why people are sad when Charlie Kirk dissing every fucking body in the world, but Nipsey Hussle, Draco the Ruler, Mo 3, Tupac, Biggie Small, everybody, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, everybody got shot for dissing. So why people upset that he got shot for dissing?
I ain't got no answer for that. I ain't gonna lie, but
I got an answer. Fuck us. Long live Nip, Nate Bud Nip. Long live Nate Bud Nip. On the set, we smoking that Kirk pack, nigga. You dead, nigga.
Did you hear about what happened to Charlie Kirk?
Yes, I did.
What do you think? What do you think about that?
I think it sucks.
Think it sucks?
Yeah. You don't take out someone because of their beliefs.
Okay.
You just don't.
You just don't.
You don't.
Think it was sad?
It was sad, very sad. I cried like probably 2 days.
Cried?
Yes.
Damn, you cry when every time somebody gets shot?
No, I cry when it comes down to that. I mean, it was political.
Oh, okay.
It was.
Do you think that the person that shot him should get life?
No, he should get death.
You should get death?
Yes.
You don't think Charlie Kirk was kind of offensive?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope, I don't. I don't think that he was racist. I don't think he was fascist, and that's what everyone says. I don't.
It's kind of dangerous.
Why do you think everyone says that though? I mean, you have people like Tucker Carlson, you have people like Piers Morgan, Candace Owens. Nobody's out trying to like take him out.
No.
Why do you think they were trying to take Charlie out though?
Because he had the voice. He had the voice to freaking take and change the minds of people. These people that are in these colleges and these.
But why go to colleges and talk about like black people being in jail and black pilots at predominantly white schools? You don't think that that's kind of like an asshole thing to do?
No.
Why not?
Well, because I think that the colleges they're like liberal.
Okay.
I mean, they are the damage to our society right now. Colleges are.
I can kind of.
They're teaching our kids, our young kids. Because
I can kind of agree with you.
I'm 61.
Wait a minute. I can kind of agree with you there. But if I went to a college and I said that white people shouldn't be doctors, you don't think that would be racist?
That is racist.
So he didn't want black people to be pilots. He didn't want to ride on planes with black people.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. He said if he looked at a black pilot, he would be like, I wonder if they're qualified.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
Do you know that? Wait. Do you know that black babies have they're 3 times more likely to die by a white doctor than a black doctor?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I got the proof on my phone.
All right.
And if I went around saying that, don't you think that would be kind of like an asshole thing to do, even though it's true?
I think it would be an asshole thing to do.
Charlie Kirk did that about black prisoners.
Huh?
You don't think that was an asshole? Do you think that was an asshole thing to do, though?
No.
Lying about the number about black prisoners?
You know what? Everyone has their opinion.
No, but you just said that if I went and said that about white doctors, that'd be an asshole thing to do, and it's true. Charlie Kirk, he went lied. He said 58% of prisoners are black. That's a lie. 32% of them are.
Okay, well, I don't know what the percentage is.
I know, but I'm just saying though, if the percentages are what I'm.
Man, this dude here.
I've got to tell you in the name of Jesus. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord.
Listen, one thing about white folks, they gonna ride for each other. We need to practice that type of loyalty. All right, this dude, like, I don't care what you saying, what you showing me, he ain't do nothing wrong. And he called this black dude a racist. He said, that's racist.
Hey, that's my sentiment. Ride with your culture. That's one of my characteristics. I shout out to the small hat community. I believe this is what crazy Kanye was saying when he said he was jealous. They will not like one another. Shout out to Uncle Beans. Let's say Beans got a auto shop, and Beans live next door to me, and he don't keep his grass cut the way I like. We ain't too cool, and he make food, and he be grilling and be burning it up, and it stank. But you know what? I'm not going to any other shop but his. Because you keep it in the community, you ride for one another. That is how what's the name left to look for Glazed Galaxy. That is how we start the solution. Start to support one another with a bias. Hey, how you doing, Beans? F you, man. Fix my car. Here's the money. I'll see you next month. That's how we need to get. I'm serious. That's how they do. What was that? The movie Hidden Gems, right? With Adam Sandler. They couldn't stand him. But he's part of the family, and you got special privileges. We need to do that amongst our community. I'm not saying support one another to a detriment, but if somebody provide a service, you ain't gotta like them. Love them enough and respect their journey as your brother and sister and patronize.
I'm gonna need them to cut that grass out of 3 though and get a proper edge on it and pick them weeds.
That's a good point, man. It's not enough for that.
Jay, I got you. I got
So
you,
what you
Jay.
got? I want to get Mr. Wilson there. I know Leon, a couple of y'all. Go ahead, Mr. Wilson. What you got?
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. I just want to say this has been a really great thing. And what I will start doing is if I see Mr. Walker getting ready to fly a plane, I will trust Mr. Walker flying the plane. I will
That's
get
not
really
smart.
drunk.
That won't be smart. But go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I was trying to help you, Mr. Walker. I was trying to change my ways.
Shout out to Mr. Wilson. I'm going to get you in here, Postman. I'm going to let this go for another second.
Saying that's a lie, right? And that's an asshole thing to do, right?
Well, that wouldn't be an asshole thing to do.
You just said that if I said white doctors.
Well, why would you say an asshole thing to do?
Because you're lying on a whole race.
No, we're not. We don't want the division. We don't want. I mean,
so why are you talking about half the people in jail are black at a predominantly white school? Why do that?
I don't see that.
I know. No, Charlie, he's known for going to predominantly white institutions, PWIs, and talking about black fathers and black kids. This is one of his main talking points. Why go to college and talk about black criminals? Why? I just want to know, like, what is that going to accomplish? Why not talk about, like, like healthcare reform? Why not talk about, like, Second Amendment rights? Why are you talking about black guys?
Well, I mean, does he talk about black guys all the time?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, hell yeah. Charlie Kirk. I've been following Charlie for a while, man.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't, but if he does, then that's not good.
Thank you for admitting that. I appreciate you.
I mean, it should be, everyone is like should be the same.
Right.
I just don't agree with the freaking, the violence and everything else. I just don't.
Well, Charlie also said that we need to bring back public executions.
Yes.
You just said you don't agree with violence.
Well, no. When you do something, no. When you do something.
Listen, like I say, shout out to my guy Frenchie. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. He a funny dude. He just getting started. He got a niche doing this. He good at it. So, like Bean said, he an intelligent brother. They think he's stupid because he looks silly, but he ain't.
He drinking that Red Bull and vodka.
You saw the antebellum light up in his eyes when he said that.
Yeah, that is funny as
But we kind of say that over here, talking about heinous crimes. We talk about, folks that are an extreme detriment to the community that everybody can agree. We say, shoot, we need to bring back shame to that degree. You want to be out here egregiously and willingly creating fractured homes? Yeah, come on out to the courtyard, and we're gonna let everybody see what happens when you act in such a detrimental fashion. Yep, line them up.
Yeah, but Mr. Walker, you watch me. That's watch this. That's putting the cart before the horse, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I always say, you know what I'm about to say, because I always say it. We can go back to a time where this wasn't the case. If we just slide back to in between 1955 and 1964, you don't see this. Right?
So what was it being? So back then, and Kev used to kind of talk on this whenever we were more concerned about one another coming home at the end of the day. I think that's what we are, too concerned and too distracted. We have, thank you, Beans, we have lost sight of the vision that is to build together. But now we got all these distractions, whatever distractions came down the line, feminism, welfare, whatever. But nonetheless, we are distracted.
Well, it's individualism, right? That's really what it is. It's individualism because that benefits capitalism more so than the family structure does, right? So that's all it is. The people at the top want to stay at the top and they want to get as wealthy as they can, and so the narratives were pushed to kind of coach people and program people to chase the individualism, right? And look, is it problematic? Yes. But my thought has been the same for a long time. Master that shit. and they'll go back to the old thing. They'll switch back. Once we master individualism and show them, okay, you want us to practice individualism? Cool. I have my crib, my woman have her crib, but we still gonna build. We still gonna invest. We still gonna have these 401ks. We still gonna have these IRAs. We still gonna have, you know what I'm saying? Like we still gonna have all these different things. We still gonna invest in the stock market. We still gonna have the real estate. We still gonna have the streaming incomes. Like we still gonna build. So if y'all try to push us away from the nuclear into the individualism, then we just gonna master that. And guess what they're gonna start doing? Trying to push you back into another direction. It just is what it is, man. That's how the game goes. So even though I understand us trying to get at our people and tell our people what they need to do, you got to understand when somebody else is in charge of your all, you get your food from this source, you get your medicine from this source. You
Who
get
are
your
they?
religion from this source. You get your education from this source. All they got to do is keep changing the game up. 1960, median income was 10 grand for black men. It's 5 times that today, and we still telling them that that's broke. So how can that be? How can we be making 5 times as much as we made, but you telling me it's broke? Oh, because the game keeps changing, right?
Cost of living outpacing income. That's a thing.
Yeah, inflation, all that.
Yeah. And the immigrants had something to do with that, right, EV?
Yep, they did. Yep, they did. Sure did. $5,000 a month they get. All these subsidies they get. Absolutely. Thank
Let
you
me ask
very
you something,
kindly.
EV. Who allowed those immigrants into the country at the tune of 10 to 12 million?
Those
Kamala
people,
Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris?
Nah.
You see this?
Yes.
You y'all see how hard this is?
No. No, it ain't hard. It ain't hard. No. They all had a hand in it. They all had a hand in it. Both sides got a hand in it. But what I will say is this though.
Oh, you should have said Biden. It's okay to say Biden.
Well, no. The truth
He
is
didn't
that
know what was going
they all
on.
had a hand in it. But at the end of the day,
okay, I like that.
At the end of the day but see, I can call both sides out. But at the end of the day,
that's good. I appreciate it.
But the black people were fighting for those people to have those benefits at the same time. They out there saying, "Oh, it's wrong for you to say
black and brown people."
What? Right? It's like we need to be by ourselves. Point. Period. Blank. We need to
But
stop
they were
trying to.
sold on that though. That's what I'm saying. We know we can go pull up the footage of all. Black people ain't never been able to just talk about black people. It's always black and brown, black and gay, black
people
and
of color.
Honest, what I'm looking
it's always
for,
black and everything else.
Right.
So how
that's
can
what
we
I'm
build?
saying.
So how can we, since we seem to all have like-mindedness, how can we grow from this? Because talking
I
about
just want,
outside people, that's
Well,
them. Let them do them. We already know all black people ain't gonna be a part of this movement. Even Kevin
Yes.
Samuel said we only need 10% of black men. I
well,
see
and
10% right in my camera right now.
When
So what we
Leon
gonna do?
suggested burning
I
to the
just
ground,
want,
everybody
if I may,
railed against it.
Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
I just want to say the one thing as a start, the reason I showed the plant, I'm hoping next year to have plant and my own vegetables in my house to where I'm growing my own vegetables and I'm not eating the chemicals, because he's right. We've been eating the chemicals all my life, and it's taken a lot of us out of here.
There you go. Since we on it right quick, we was talking about tobacco. Shout out to the brother Beans. Do you know who owns Nabisco and Kraft? Nabisco Foods, Kraft Foods. Who owns dang every? Yeah, Big Tobacco. Big Tobacco owns the food.
They own that. They diversified into food years ago. Yeah. Dude, only the white man can profit from pain. God damn it.
Talk about it. Preach, preacher.
So it's like this. Somebody asked me, is my church mixed? I said, yeah. When I walk in, yeah, my church is mixed. Every time I show up, it gets mixed.
Oh my God.
I know what white folks is saying about Charlie Kirk because I'm standing right there listening to him. And I need to say this real quick, if you guys will allow me to. I find it funny that people say, when we were slaves. God damn it, the 13th Amendment allows for slavery. Every time they put handcuffs on you, you are a slave. You are enslaved.
It says it in the 13th Amendment.
But then they put chains on your mind. They tell you about 401ks, but they don't tell you about the pensions because they threw away the pensions for give you the 401ks. That's bullshit. 401ks is bullshit. The Japanese have worked. Look, I'm trying to tell you, if they can't put chains on you, they'll put chains on your mind.
It's already there.
They tell you the big lie from the time that you're born. And if you believe it, then they enslave you.